So, you like ARPGs, but Blizzard disappointed you one more time. And you're not very well going to wait for Diablo 4 to release, and you want to try to kind of enter Path of Exile. So here's my tips. Like, how can you get an introduction from this? Let's go. First of all, this is a passive tree. You get 7 classes, there are 7 classes. So when you start the game, you have to choose your league. There's permanent leagues and there's temporary leagues. There's hardcore versions of these leagues and there's solo self-found version of these leagues. It's basically when you don't trade, you can trade, you just play it yourself. And after you choose your league, you have 7 classes to choose from. And that's the Witch, Duelist, Ranger, Scion, Marauder, Shadow, and Templar. And the classes, they start exactly here, 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 and here. And the 7 classes actually start around the center. So here's the Witch, it's basically intelligence. This is the Marauder, it's strength. This is the Ranger, that is basically dexterity. And these 3 are the hybrids of intelligence, dexterity, called the Shadow, dexterity, strength, called the Duelist, and strength, intelligence, called the Templar. And there's a 7th one that you can unlock very early in the game, in the first act, I think in like 30 minutes of game. I mean, if you don't know the game, it might be like 1 hour and a half, but it doesn't matter. Like really fast, 20 minutes, 30 minutes a game. The first time that you ever play forever, you unlock the Scion that starts here, but it's kind of advanced, it's very complicated to build about it, and that's fine. So the passive tree goes around this. You can start, for example, in the Marauder, and you can get this node here, and it doesn't matter. Like any class can get anything, and it all just depends on your equipment and your passive points. You have to just traverse yourself through the tree. There is this very cool program called Path of Building that you can actually program your build and see what it looks like. You can see your defenses, how are they like. You can get advanced in it, and you can like put everything in here, like the equipment, everything, and you can see the calculations. And so you don't need to like actually play the game, you can theory craft it about it. I'm sure Diablo has its own way of doing it, but here's our way, and it's really good because the employee that did this, the person that did this programming this was actually hired by GGG some, I think 2 years ago, I'm not sure now. So it's great. They give him time to update the program from time to time. So that's another thing. Path of Exile is a free-to-play game, but there are cosmetics, right? There's MTX, and there's some useful things too. So you can see that I have my hideout here decorated with free things and cosmetic things as well. For example, this pyramid here I bought. What else did I buy? I bought this dome, and I bought this tree, and that's it. I bought some of my cosmetics that appear here, but not as much. I play since 2017, so I'm really glad that they focus on the game design and game mechanics. So you really want to give your damn money like in a way that is healthy. Apart from that, they have a little bit of quality of life put in some monetized form. So I guarantee you that maybe if you spend like $10, you can get the free-to-play experience. So this is kind of contradictory. So what I'm saying, you start the game with some tabs that are blank, like this one here, like bland. You cannot do anything with them, just put your thing there. And I converted most of my tabs to premium. Premium is just when you can announce in the trade, basically. And you can put names on them, color them, etc. They are more organizational and to trade. But there are some, I think, in my experience, 2 tabs that are kind of necessary. The currency tab and the map tab. They really make your life much easier when you are playing the game. Of course, you can organize your life better with further tabs, but most people don't even bother with those. Like if you're looking for like a good tab, go for quad tabs. These are the greatest tabs. But yeah, you don't need to spend that much. And as far as I know, I have a friend that tracks this, but as far as I know, they keep making sales on stash tabs. Those are called stash tabs every 2 weeks. So it's weekends, the sales. So every 2 weeks is going to be like dirt price. It's really very cheap. So you don't need to spend that much. So one concept that is very interesting, that in Diablo you have rooms. You have some, you have the skills, and you have some rooms with each skill. I'm talking about Diablo 3 here. So you can modify each of your skills with a room. What happens in Path of Exile is kind of similar. you can see here the symbols of the ones that I'm hovering the mouse are different from the symbol of this one here. These are called active gems, and these are called support gems. So my active gem is what we call Bone Shatter right here. That's Bone Shatter, okay? And I modify Bone Shatter with the support gems. I have 5 support gems modifying Bone Shatter right now. In here, for example, I have Ancestor War Chief, that is a totem. I have, together with Ancestor War Chief, I have Vengeance, that is a triggered skill when somebody hits me. So both the Ancestor War Chief and Vengeance are being supported by these 3 support gems here. So it makes these 5 link that we call here, this 5 link is actually a double 4 link. This 6 link is actually 1 6 link. That's what we call. So that's it. So another cool thing of Path of Exile is bartering. Diablo, you have just gold, and I think this comes from even Diablo 1, just gold, just gold. And here, all your currencies, all of them do things. And all of these things are useful for you in a way or another. One of the most useful ones is the Chaos Orb. So that's why people used Chaos Orb the most for trading in the trade leagues. But it's not the currency, it's not like the gold. Just people just made it to be the kind of standard way of pricing things. But you can get value from different things. Many occasions people said to me, I don't have chaos, what can I do? And I said, oh, give me some fusings, give me some jewelers and I'm fine. And they just give me, they're happy. And I really like the trade like this. And that is very useful when you have all your currencies being value, and you don't have just gold. Every single one of them, all of them do things. In your items, in your maps, all of them do. This is very cool. This is so cool. I love this. So the leagues. Every 3 months they release a league. And this is so cool because they keep the game very refreshed and they have patches. And also they really listen to the community very much. Talking about many forums, YouTubers, Reddit, all just people in their own forums. It's really cool. And so I'm going to try to explain some of the leagues here. So every time that they finish a league, they either incorporate in the core game or do it partially or remove it. This is very rare occasion they remove it, and some occasions they remove it until it's better implemented to put it in the core game later. So I'm going to try to go here. We have Bestiary, that is like Pokemon League. We have Delve, that is an infinite mine. We have here Metamorph, that are like mini bosses that you create. We have Delirium, that is like a dream that you enter, that is harder. We have Blight, that is like a tower defense in-game, in Path of Exile. We have Essences, that are monster trapped in like a frozen prison. You release them and they drop some useful items for crafting. You get Breach League, to which there is like a beacon. You touch the beacon and then a circle just grows larger, and monsters from other world come to invade you, and etc. You have Legion League that gives you scarabs, but the Legion League also they give you these fragments here. It's like ancient fighters, like armies facing each other. All of them are frozen in time. You have to touch an obelisk and you unfreeze all of them. You have to fight all of them. It's crazy. We have had the Shaper, the Elder, the Maven, like endgame bosses with a lot of deep lore behind them that they drop some stuff. Ascendancy League, that is a league that started what we call the Ascendancies, that are subclasses. You can see 3 here, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and 1 of the Scion. So each one of the 7 classes, each one of the 6 classes around this central circle has 3 subclasses called Ascendancies, and the central one has just 1 Ascendancy that can become a hybrid of all of those other 18 classes. It's really cool. It's Ascendancy League. So there are some other leagues that are kind of hard to explain because they are in affixes of monsters, and some have been removed, and they started to remove very old leagues that are not compatible with the modern gameplay anymore. But they keep working the game, and the game gets better and better and better as it keeps coming new, just welcoming new content every 3 months. And sometimes they just patch up something that's like a bug, like they did, for example, before yesterday. They patched up an old bug of some weird texts. So we have a very good staff of people working for us gamers, so that we can have a great game. Seriously, I fucking love this game, I can tell you that. So I think that's it. I hope I have made myself a little clearer about how the game works, and you can get many guides from us streamers. I'm a small streamer, there's bigger streamers there, but people have guides for all sorts of things. They have builds or guides covering little mechanics, and they have analysis of deaths and all kinds of things being explored in YouTube and Twitch as well. So just go explore, and welcome to the community of Path of Exile players. I hope that you stick with us until Path of Exile 2 comes out. And I see you in another video. Bye. Remember to drink water and be awesome.